Hello everyone, Josh here with GachaVerse, bringing you all another first impression video, and today we have Shining Maiden. We've had a lot of Shining and a lot of Connect-based name games here lately for some reason. But anyways, this game has actually been pretty impressive for me. I was not expecting too much. I didn't really, know too much about this game going in. This game is currently in soft launch with an English patch for the Southeast Asian version of the game. So, unfortunately, this game is not quite global. But, if history can tell us anything, a lot of these games that are available in English in the SEA region usually are not too far off of being globally launched. So, hopefully, we get this game in the next few months or sooner in 2021. That would be best because I'm actually kind of impressed with this game. We've had a lot of down games coming out recently, mid 2020 to late 2020, and then of course like the first few days of 2021. It's just not been very good for a lot of gacha games, or really games in general. We just had a bad streak here, but this game is kind of pleasantly surprising, and we're going to be going over some of the stuff that I've learned so far in this game. Generally, I go into these with like a first impression / first look where I'm just showing you guys everything from the start, but I kind of wanted to get my hands on this one for a bit before I made this video because there's a lot of things I actually want to talk about. So first, let's go into the gameplay because I'm sure a lot of you are wanting to see what the actual gameplay looks like. So let's go into battle here. Now, this is the game's actual game, world map, if you will. It looks like there's quite a few different areas available. I don't know if they're going to have more areas available, like at full release, or if they plan to add it later on, whenever that is, who knows. But I'm currently sitting at 1-6 of story on easy mode. There appears to be 3 different difficulties as well, probably beginner, normal, hard, or beginner, medium, hard, whatever they want to name it. Let's go ahead and go into a battle here. Now, what's really nice about this is a lot of gacha games stopped being RPG based, and what I mean by that is they stopped giving us all the details and information that I want to see in a an RPG based game. And a lot of these gacha games are RPG based, but they take some of those elements away, and I don't like it. And those elements that I'm talking about is the stats. I am a numbers person. I want to see what I'm going up against. I want to see what my enemy stats are, what their debuffs are, what their buffs are. I want to see what my character's in-game stats are, how they're being affected by buffs and debuffs, etc. I want to see that stuff in combat because it makes for a really more in-depth gameplay experience and allows you to strategize even further, making the game a little bit more, in-depth than we usually get with some of these games we've been getting recently. So what's really cool is I can actually look at the boss's information right here. And you can see the enemy's level, their name, their HP, their attack ability, their critical ability, their defense ability. And we'll go over some of these stats later on as well, so stay tuned. And you can also see their cards, what they do. So 1-star attack card, it does one enemy receive 150%. And then it goes to 320, and then it goes to 470. And then over here, we have Tornado Spear, which is a debuff card. And you're going to notice these cards are very similar to another game you've probably played that's pretty popular, 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, which you're going to see that in a moment. Tornado Spear, so one enemy receives 140% damage and one enemy wound for 3 turns. And then, 300%, and then it goes up to 440. And then their ultimate, which of course increases attack ability by 35% for 3 turns, and it's called Charge. So you can see all this information, and it even tells you what the buff and debuffs are if you click the little icon. So it's very, very nice that I can see this information of all the enemies that I'm going to be fighting. I love that. That's what I want to see. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into a fight here. We're going to be using 2 of our stamina. And by the way, guys, the music is actually pretty good with this game. Unlike the last game we talked about, which was like kind of very generic, but this game's actually got some really good tunes, and we're gonna be talking more about the music as we go on as well. Sorry if you guys see any kind of lag in the gameplay. It's not the game itself. It's just I have a lot of things up right now at once, recording, streaming, doing all these other things. Got a lot of apps up, so I do apologize if it does feel a bit choppy. It is not like that in the game itself. I do promise you that. But you can kind of see the gameplay here. Now, you can turn off the speed, the double speed if you like. You can also turn off auto. There is targeting in this game. It even tells you in the guide to, you know, preferably attack enemies that have cards above their head, because those are going to be the enemies that, of course, are going to be attacking you next turn. So it already shows you that. So that's a lot more closer in relation to 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. But there's one difference in this compared to 7 Deadly Sins with the card merging. And that's, if I want to combine this and this, it still does take one of my moves. But if I want to make that a 3-star, I don't need another 2-star card. I only need another 1-star card. So I could grab another 1-star card, drag it into that 2, and it'll make it a 3-star. If you drag 2 2-stars into it, it'll make a 3-star and give you 1 star back. So it's a very cool, even more in-depth system than even 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, which is actually pretty crazy. And if you target an enemy with like this attack, for example, you can then go to another enemy, attack with this skill, and then vice versa, and you can bounce around. So it's very, very cool. And another cool feature is up to 3 times per stage, you can actually reset your hand. So let's go ahead and reset this. Boom. There we go. Reset our hand. Very, very cool. You can do it up to 3 times per stage, which is really, really awesome. I'm going to go and save these for the second wave, because this is my SSR. You do get 1 SSR ticket after you do the tutorial, guys and gals out there. Let's go ahead and do this. And I will have the APK for this game in the description below, so don't worry. All right. So we're going to go to the next stage here. And by the way, every time you merge a card and use a card, you're going to gain 1 ult gauge. When you get 6, you can use your ultimate, which will be the next card that comes in, just like 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So, for example, I can try and I'm going to do this. So she'll have her ult ready for next turn. Let's just go ahead and just spam these. We don't even really need these. You can, again, you can turn 2 times speed on when you unlock it. I think you get it at like level 4, so it doesn't take very long to get it. But here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and use my ult. And I do believe SSRs are the only ones that get an ult, a special ult animation, like a quick cinematic. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. We're going to go ahead and use that, and then we'll use that, and then use that again, and whatever. So we should completely blow up the whole field here. See there, they get a special little cinematic animation. And again, sorry about the choppiness. Totally not the game's fault. That's all on me. I actually didn't get them all. There's 1 left. 1 little slime left to take down. And by the way, in game, you can click and hold, and then you can see all the information for your character as well. You can see what your current HP is, your attack ability, your defense ability, your critical. If you have any kind of buffs or debuffs, it'll also show the increase in your stats or decrease in your stats. You can look at all your character's skills. You can look at their ultimate. You can see the buffs over here and the debuffs down here. It's very, very nice. I like that. I want to see that in more games. And again, you can do the same thing for the enemies. It's just, these are the things, these are like a lost art that has just not been available in some of the more recent games, and I don't know why. So I'm very, very happy to see that. Being an RPG fanatic like myself, I like to see things like that being incorporated in games. It makes the game feel more complete, more polished, in my opinion. We also get a lot of these normal recruitment tickets, so this game does feel very generous in the terms of summoning just by doing story alone. It feels like you're going to be getting a lot of summoning tickets for the normal banner. We're going to be talking about that as we go along as well. So that's somewhat kind of what the gameplay is like. And the gameplay, in my opinion, feels very good. Now, I'm not a big fan of chibi artwork. A lot of you know that. But the fact that they made the gameplay pretty good like that, like I like that gameplay. That's very enjoyable. I loved it on 7 Deadly Sins, and I love it here. And I even love how they put a little spin on it. So, for me personally, I may not be a fan of chibi artwork, but the gameplay is what is sucking me in. And at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask for. And the artwork by itself isn't even that bad anyways. Especially if you are a fan of chibis. So there's that. There's also a lot of other various game modes that I don't have unlocked yet. I do know there's like 100 floor tower that resets monthly, which just goes further into the game being generous. There's also, of course, guilds that I don't have unlocked. There's dungeon explorations. There's a search feature as well. You can like kind of like search for various materials like up to a few times per day, I believe what it is from the story stages you've cleared. So there's a lot of other different elements to the game that I haven't even got to explore yet. So it's very, very good stuff. And let me show you guys and gals something really cool with the lobby. Now this is taking lobby to the next level. Check this out. So if we go up here, not only can we move our lobby character around, and then if you leave, it'll actually lock in that position, which is really, really cool. So you could do that. You could also bring it out even further. You can make it really small if you like. You know, put her down here in the corner, put her over here, put her up there. You can select which character you want in the background. Like we can put our SSR that we own. We can put her right here. We can blow her up so she's more on the screen, pull her down some. So that's really, really cool. And they give you some selection of music that you can play back here. You also get background selections, which are really cool. They got one for Christmas, which unfortunately, you know, we weren't able to play that. They also have one for Halloween as well. There's the beach, club room. I guess we'll leave that one up. And then again, you can select your different characters and move that stuff around. So that's really cool how they did that. Just a little bit more attention to detail that I do appreciate. Another cool thing is this game actually rewards you for being a daily grinder, because every single day at 0000, basically at 100 hours, it will give you rewards, a reward chest based on whatever your ranking is for your total team power for your entire account every day. So if you are a daily grinder and you get stronger and stronger, you could possibly move from that D rank to that C rank, or up to that B, or that A, or even that S for you whales out there. And then you can sit there and you can collect these daily reward chests every single day. And I believe they even include, some of them even include tickets. Like this includes a ticket, for example. I don't know if they all include a ticket. That one includes a ticket. That includes a ticket. That includes a ticket. Does D include a ticket? So even D includes one free. So you basically get one free summon per day just from that alone. That is actually crazy. And it shows all the different rankings as well amongst the different players. You can see like this Tester 2 has a total battle power of 736,000. They're level 25. So that is also very, very cool. Just more generosity. You're going to notice that this game seems to be very generous with how they do a lot of things. And I'm glad, because there was actually one little red flag that I did notice that I wasn't happy about at the very beginning. But when I started playing the game and I realized, okay, this isn't as bad as I originally thought. We're going to go into recruitment right now, the summoning mechanic. So rates in this game are like 1.94, 1.95%. So right around 2%, which is somewhat the standard now recently. We've kind of moved away from that 3 to 5% in recent times. We're back down to that 2 to 3% mark. So it's kind of right around there. But now they have a featured banner. I think it's a featured banner, even though it has the same units in it right now as the other banner. But it uses a different currency than the normal general pool banner, which you can see right here. The general pool banner uses 2,700 meteors. They call them meteors. That is how you do your multi-summon, but you can also use your normal summon tickets in here, and you also get one free summon from your daily ad that you can view, which is very, very cool. I don't think I can use the ad because I'm out of region. You know, obviously I'm in North America, and this is in the SEA. So we might have to wait for global release to maybe get those to work. Otherwise, you might have to use a VPN or something. But I don't feel like going that route right now. But these use currencies called comets. This is like a premium currency that you can only get from the cash shop. Now, I don't know if they're going to include these in other game modes that I don't have unlocked yet, or if they plan to add like events where you can get these for free as well. But this is using a different currency than a normal currency that you're going to be picking up. The good thing is, though, so far, from what I can tell, is both these banners have the same characters in them anyways. The pity for this is 100 summons to guarantee an SSR, and the pity for this is to do 11 multi-summons. So there's that. But yeah, that was a little bit of a red flag. Doesn't mean that it's bad long term. It's going to depend how they handle it. But I was happy to see that they give out a lot of tickets. So it definitely seems like they are a bit generous with the summons. So it's not as bad as I originally thought. So I can kind of handle it at that point. So not too bad. We can go ahead and do a couple summons for you guys right now as well. I got 2 of these tickets. So let's go ahead and do a multi. Show you guys and gals out there what the summoning animation looks like. It's actually pretty cool. A little bit creative. For justice. There we go. We got Vivian. Now, is that a trap? Is Vivian a trap? Is that... Hold on now. We might have to go look at that character in a bit and see what's up with that. Got to be careful with these Asian games. These traps are everywhere. All right, looks like it's just gonna be another rare. Well, that's definitely not a trap. Ringo. All right. You guys can get a little taste of the summoning animations right there. I don't unfortunately have 2700 saved up right now. Maybe I'll do another video where I do like 2 or 3 multis if I play enough. If you guys want to see that, smash that like button and let me know in the comments section below if you guys want to see more from this game. Obviously, it's not on global yet, but if you don't mind seeing the soft launch from the SEA version of the game, then hey. And if this does carry over to global, kind of like what they're doing with Princess Connect, then I would definitely consider playing right now. But we'll have to see if I can get some more information on that, or if anybody has any information, let me know in the comment section below as well. Or, of course, hit me up in the Discord in the description below. That would be greatly appreciated. The rates, as I said, are like 1.95%, 14.37 for an SR, and 83.68 for a rare. Now, this game does have a dupe system. Basically, you pull a dupe of a character, boom, you star it up. It's, you know, pretty simple, pretty standard there. I want to say one thing too. The Shining Pass, the Battle Pass here, is only $9.99. That is very cheap. That is very cheap. Like that is like the price that I want to see for Battle Passes going forward. I don't want to see this $25, $30, $50, $100 Battle Pass. That's just ridiculous. $10 to $20, that's not bad. I can handle that. That's a good price. Very reasonable. We already talked about a little bit about the lobby already. You have your comments at the top, you have your gold, you have your meteors, and you have your stamina. And what's really cool is if you click any of these, it'll tell you where you can acquire these things from and where you can use them. It's just a quick little shortcut, and it'll just take you right to that location or area of the game, which is very, very nice. I like those little quality of lives. You click this as well, you can hide all your stuff just so you can take a nice little screenshot if you want to use it as a wallpaper, you know, whatever. So we talked about all that. And then we have formation here. Formation is so you can set up your team the way you want. Leader skills are also accessible. You can change your formation, and you can even level your formations up. You can have up to 4 teams right now. You can name your team, and it'll tell your team's battle power. You can even switch your characters around. You just like click that, for example, and then you can just switch out that character if you'd like. Obviously, in the back is the back, and the farthest right is the front, so you might want to put your tanks up there and your healers in the back, maybe your DPS is in the middle, etc., depending on your formation. You can change your formation. As I said, formations do have levels, and it tells you what the formation skill is. For this formation, for example, it says that you'll get an additional EXP, so if you want to run a formation for farming EXP for other characters that you plan to build up, then you might want to use a formation that gives you EXP. There's probably formations that gives you additional attack, additional defense, etc., depending on your team builds. This one here gives you attack power percentage. This one here, I think this lowers enemies attack power percentage. So it goes all the way on. There's so many different formations, and as I said, you can level these formations up to, I believe, level 30. That is the max. You could also level them up quickly if you use meteors, or you can just do it the hard way by just using that formation and going through story over and over again. So it's really going to depend on the player what you want to do with that. So formations, very, very cool. A little bit in depth there, a little bit extra sizzle on your steak, if you will. The Managed Maidens, this is basically just where you can go, just look at all your different characters you own. I do appreciate that it's very nice and clear. It's very precise. It's very well laid out and organized. It does have your, generalized filters. You can also bookmark and stuff like that, which I bookmarked my Agnes right here, which you can see. And when you click the character, you can see all their information, their cosmetics. You can, star them to favorite them or bookmark, if you will, in this game. You have all your stat information right here. You have your levels. You have your skill, your equipment, your promote, your awaken. As I said, with the awakening, This is where you're just going to start your character up by feeding them dupes. It even tells you what the dupes will give you all the way up to a maximum of 5 stars. So there you guys go. You get that idea there. The promotion, of course, you just got to farm up materials and use them to, of course, raise the character's level cap. So a lot of good stuff there, guys. It also tells you everything you need to know about that as well. So, and by the way, the UI is very clean in this game. Like, this UI is very nice, very modernized, very minimalistic. It's not all over the place. It's not cluttered. I love it. It's very good. And I also do admire that this game tells you what characters' factions they belong to right here on their banner as well. So it's just, you know, easy to find stuff and know where stuff's at if you need to. Easy peasy, a lemon squeezy. You can craft tokens, but we'll talk about that in a future video, like if we do guides or stuff. That's getting more in depth with like the crafting system in the game, which is very, very nice. You go up here, you can see some of the items here. Like, let's go down to settings real quick. You have your play speed low to high, your resolution quality low to high, your save power mode. If you're on a mobile device, if you're on an emulator, you just turn that off. Your background music, sound effect, voice. You can turn on and off notifications. And then that's pretty much it with that. Then let's go back up here. You have story mode. Well, actually, this isn't really story mode. This is character stories. You can actually play through character stories, and as you beat them, you get free meteors as well from that. Same thing with character. You get character stories after you start promoting each character. So they definitely encourage you to maybe start building up multiple units later down the road so you can get more stuff. Alliance, obviously I can't do that right now because I don't have guild unlocked, but that's what that'll be. What else do we have here we can talk about? Again, guild I don't have unlocked. We've already talked about the formation, your managed maidens, your inventory here. Your bag, you got your materials, your use, your events, your maidens, you got your acquisition information and usage information. Yet again, just tells you where you can get these things from. Very nice quality of life there. You have your battle, which just takes you straight into story mode, which we did here at the beginning of the video. You have your achievements for various things here that you can, you know, do to receive freebies, which, you know, people love. So you have your missions and achievements. Go through and get all these good meteors and other various materials. You also get an achievement for doing so many achievements. You'll level up. Right now I'm a level 2 beginner, so I'm about 20% of the way there to get to a level 3. We also have the character picture book, which is kind of like the character archives, where you can just go through and see some of your characters that you may not own yet, and you can kind of see what they can do. So this is a good way to like look at characters that you might want to try and summon for, and, you know, get a good idea of kind of what they can do skill wise. And they're showing you the skills maxed out. They also have 2 passives here, which it'll tell you what the passives do. It'll tell you what the skills do at each star level. Very cool stuff there. If you own the character, you can also see the skills animation and other various things like the character story if you of course promoted them, which we have not promoted any character yet, so I can't do that. But I can show you the skill animation quickly. It just shows you, there you go. Boom. And that is, of course, for her ultimate. You can also hear what their voice sounds like by spam clicking that mic icon. And this, of course, you could search by the faction they're in. Very simple stuff there. You can also, you know, filter them out however you'd like. So that's a good little tool there to kind of look at stuff that you don't own yet and kind of get a good idea of what they can do. Especially if you're in PvP and you see a lot of certain characters that you might be fighting, you can go and see what those characters can do if you don't own them yourself, so you can better strategize how to defend yourself against them. PvP, I do know, has an attack and defense. There's also 3v3 PvP, which I'm assuming would be pretty fun, especially if it's live. I can't remember if it was or not. But yeah, so there's a lot of different modes and content in this game already available, and it's only in soft launch on the SEA version, but it has an English patch, which is very nice. For us here that, you know, of course, are English speakers predominantly on this channel. We do have some other people as well, but yeah, it's pretty much what it is. They also have events going on right now. They have a level reward event. It's giving you various rewards. You spend $1, you get all this stuff here. Obviously, I'm not going to spend no money until it's global. Monthly attendance, various rewards there. We have new user attendance that they have going on right now, which gives you pretty much almost a multi's worth right here. I think that that is a multi's worth. They have this Girls Peace adaptation going on right now, which gives you a guaranteed SSR at the end of it when you clear it. which is very, very nice. No, free stuff's always nice, right? Especially if it's SSR and other various materials. I mean, that's pretty much all that's going on right there. They also have a very, very well detailed help section. It's very organized as well. I can't say enough about the organization and the actual UI, just how well it's put into this game. I have to applaud them for that. So you can see all the various things here. It pretty much tells you everything you need to know. And one thing, you will not believe how irritated I get with companies that do not put this in games. But let me find where it was. I think I passed it up. Right here. So many games refuse, and I mean refuse, to put in the information concerning what stats and debuffs actually do in the game. You don't understand how many games just refuse to give you this information, and they leave it to the player to find out for themselves. And in some cases, you can't even find out because you don't know the actual formula. You don't know what things are actually doing, and it's just it's a little ridiculous. But in this game, they actually do, of course, give you a very well detailed list, and I do appreciate that. I really do. I do appreciate that they show us what the debuffs do as well. Tells you what they all do. Very, very cool. Just good stuff there, guys. It's very good stuff. It even tells you what the stats are as well, which I think I passed it up, but you guys get the idea. Very nice. I think we've covered pretty much everything I can right now in today's video. I guess we could look at the shop real quick for the people who do plan to spend money. Now, of course, on global release, these prices might vary slightly, but they do have beginner packs and expert packs. I know people love packs. They want to make sure there are packs. They have these packages as well for, like, it looks like some kind of cosmetics and growth packs. These are the comets. Like I said, these are like the premium currency. It looks like it looks like a multi is going to be about $30, which is a little bit on the higher end. But like I said, it doesn't appear that you like need them as much as I originally thought, because of the way that they are pretty generous with their summoning tickets. Got your boosters here as well. Those go up to, looks like, just $10. Got your tokens here, which, as like I said, we're going to another video for these, because tokens are like, a token could take a video by itself. Like, there's a lot of stuff to go into with the tokens. And this is a general shop that you just use with gold, that I'm assuming probably just refreshes every day. Oh yeah, it does right there. It shows are updated every hour. My apologies. So there you guys go. And then you also have your locker for, your purchase history, information, stuff like that. So I think we pretty much covered everything that I really need to in today's video. I hope you guys do enjoy. This game very much impressed me. I think it was the gameplay itself. I already knew the UI looked good going in. It looked clean. The character designs looked pretty decent. Again, I'm not a Chibi fan, but I'm even saying this game is impressive. So that should tell you all you need to know. And I've been looking at a lot of games recently, and a lot of them have just been terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but this one seems like it has a lot of potential. It looks very promising, especially if we unlock the other modes, like the 100th floor tower. That sounds exciting. The gameplay being similar to 7 Deadly Sins is already awesome, because I did enjoy the gameplay. I just didn't like the direction that Netmarble was going with that game, but I definitely enjoyed the gameplay. And you know what? Since this game is impressing me so much, I want to go ahead and do one more fight to end today's video. So there we go. We're going to go and beat 1-7. We're going to be fighting Ringo. Let's go ahead and fight Ringo. And this time I'll put on full auto. And when games have gameplay that's exciting and fun like this, I don't mind every once in a while just turning auto off and just having some fun with it. Because it's actually, it's very well done. It's actually fun gameplay. It has targeting. I can see the stats. I can see what my numbers look like when I buff a character, when I heal a character. And by the way, when you go to heal a character, if it's not full AoE, it actually does let you select the person you want to heal as well. I didn't show that. Apologies for that. But the fact you can reset your hand up to 3 times in a stage, it tells you how many waves there are. The fact you can combine cards and use higher level skills and get ultimates, all that other good stuff. I love that. It's missing from today's games. A lot of today's mobile games, especially gacha games, are just missing a lot of those elements, and I do appreciate that it is in Shining Maiden. And the name's not too shabby either. Shining Maiden. Sounds pretty cool. It's simple. It's effective. It's marketable. We might actually lose this fight, low-key. Let's see. We're actually taking some damage. I haven't actually ran into a fight so far where I was taking some damage. And one of our character's skills, it looks like she has regeneration on it, so that's really nice. I have not actually sat down and read all the different skills yet of all my characters. The only thing I know is my SSR Agnes is like a nuker because she uses Berserk, increases her attack power, which also increases how much damage she can take though. But she also does a lot of AoE attacks, even from a 1-star. So she's a really good cleaver for story, I'm assuming. And that's pretty much all I know about my characters right now because I haven't really looked too much into it. But it looks like we're going to clear out phase 1, going into phase 2. There we go. So let me know what you guys think. Let's take the time to ask this. What do you guys think about this game in the comment section below? Let me know. Are you willing to try out Shining Maiden? Is this going to be a game that's going to be on your watch list when it comes to global? If we get more news of it being, you know, this server carrying over to global, would you be more willing to play right now? Are some of you going to try the game out right now regardless, just because it looks very interesting? And how many of you love the gameplay that is very similar to 7 Deadly Sins? I personally love it. It adds like another layer to this type of game that I don't usually see that often, because 7 Deadly Sins gameplay was very unique in its own right. So to see another game kind of follow that is very, very cool and refreshing. But let me know what you guys think about this game in the comment section below. Don't forget to join us in the Discord and description below to stay up to date with all the latest games that are coming in pre-registration, soft launch, early access, etc., etc. And that's going to be it for me. This was my first impression for Shining Maiden. I would give this game, if I graded it, I would give this game a 4.5 out of 5, just from what I'm seeing alone. It seems very, very good. Very good production value, very good animation, artwork, quality is there. Even though I'm not a fan of chibis, I can still reasonably play this game. It has really good gameplay. It's 10 out of 10 on gameplay for me, to be honest. I just love that gameplay. Music and music and background music is, I would say it's probably like an A+ for me. Not quite an S tier or nothing that's gonna blow you away, but the music is actually pretty decent. And the way that they use the UI system in this game, especially with all the detail they added for the lobby, how you can kind of manipulate your characters around and change backgrounds and change your music, that is a 10 out of 10 for me. That is S tier lobby UI. Very, very clean. I love it. I haven't been excited about a game like this for quite some time, so this is very refreshing for me, and hopefully a lot of stuff good to come from this game. Who knows? I can't even talk right now. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe, check notifications, and join us here in the Discord. Follow me at GachaVerse over on Twitter, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.